Okay, we should be live. Everything working on my end. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I do have a new mixer. I've tested it out. It seemed to work. I'm hoping that it does work and continues to work. I am Stoner Jesus. This is the High Noon Hemp Show. It's Wednesday at noon Eastern Time, which of course means the High Noon Hemp Show is live on the Hemptations Beast Facebook page, the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel, and at Hemptations on Twitter. Find us on a podcast as well. The High Noon Hemp Show. You search that on iHeartRadio or on Podbean, or you can search it on Google Play as well. We seem to have been joined by Beach. There we go. Live in charge.
This is the first time I've ever used my iPad to do this, so bear with me, everyone, while I kind of get it adjusted. Hey,
Wouldn't
that's
be
all right.
About
It's almost the same.
Technical issues.
Yeah, I don't know what my computers tell me. I don't have the internet, but I'm on the internet with my iPad. I don't know how that works.
Too, like this keeps saying no internet connection, but I clearly have an internet connection, so I don't know.
So welcome everyone to the High Noon Hemp Show. I am Beach. You are here. We are doing this one way or another.
Fingers crossed.
Which really means it's kind of nice if this really works well, because this kind of means I could do the show from anywhere much easier with my iPad. So
there you go.
We'll see, folks. We'll see. First episode out of 126 that I have used my iPad.
Wow. So
anyway, I don't know what's going on with my computer. My brand new computer that I bought for the show. It was a High Noon Hemp Show write-off, and it doesn't even work. So anyway, welcome everyone. It's High Noon. It's Wednesday. We're here. We're doing it. I can see that the mixer has been fixed on your end.
Indeed. I kind of panicked. I tested it the other night, but about 20 minutes before the show started, I was cooking it up, and I realized I couldn't hear anything from the computer, which would be a major problem. So I had to figure that out. I think I have it all figured out, and it's all running well. Again, fingers crossed, knock on wood. You know, give me a 4-leaf clover, whatever I need to keep all this stuff together.
Right on. I think that because where my camera is on my iPad, it looks like I'm actually looking kind of at you. I'm going to have to move it over so I'm looking straight ahead. So, you know, without change, what fun would life be, folks?
That's right.
Just so you know, accept change, adapt and overcome, as the theory goes. Here we are. Not much going on in the local hemp world other than, this 19th and the 20th coming up. 5 days or so, however that works out. 7 days. We've got the Ohio and Kentucky Cannabis and Hemp Expo down at the Cincinnati Duke Energy Convention Center. So that's kind of local going on soon. Other than that, not really much going on in Ohio or locally when it comes to stuff. We're just kind of, the one thing I will, definitely say, and I know I've been saying it, it's like everybody's trying to get back to normal, and you can see it in the stores too. And I'm not saying everybody should be rushing out just to go shopping and hang out, but it's, the return of the average customer, as I say, is happening. And it's just everywhere is busy that you go. And so hopefully you're getting vaccinated, or you're still wearing your mask and keeping your hands clean and doing all that safe stuff. The numbers are way down in Ohio compared to what the dailies were, and so we're seeing those numbers sink. And so, it's time to get back out into the world.
If you are going to go somewhere and you have to go somewhere, make sure it's a Hemptations.
That's right. Get back to Hemptations as well. If you're getting out, you're doing stuff, you might as well come do stuff and and be safe as well. But, I think it's happening, whether we tell people or not. Honestly, I can see it. And I think the next couple months are going to be the return to the regular busy. The employees have been quite lucky because the essential customers, are kind of few and far between. But I think we're going to get back to being busy again with just different people. So, and that's the world. So, speaking of that, let's get right into the product spotlight for this week. Um, we have expanded our Delta 8 Hemptations line. We now have a 300 milligram tincture. We had the 900 on the shelf. We're doing the 300 milligram gummies, and we should have soon 600 milligram gummies. Delta 8 is it's all the rage right now, I should say. And so get your Delta 8 at any one of the Hemptations. I don't know if I'm going to put those online or not. The next product, because I've been seeing a lot of talk about dog treats, CBD and dogs, or CBD and pets, more than anything. We just got a fresh batch of the Laura's Canine Alternative dog treats. Um, and so very popular. I've been giving these to Josie, our Doberman, when she needs to be calmed down or just to calm her down. Um, and again, this is out of Kentucky, semi-local to the area. I believe I have these on the website, but I don't know for sure. I need to have these on the website, one way or another. We just got a fresh batch of the Untitled Art Sparkling Water. We do this in the grapefruit, lemon, lime, blackberry, and strawberry. Again, just another good sparkling water, basically, CBD, but lightly flavored. It's not over flavored. Um, you know, I like to say, when it's the more fake flavor you use, the less it tastes good.
Yeah.
I think the more natural flavors that you use, the better it is. Either way. And then the last one is the Ochita Farms CBG. That's not it. Did you get the? Oh
I
no! Wait,
not have
did
it.
I miss a picture?
I think so.
Oh well, I didn't send it. I'm
What's a bummer?
sure that was in there. Anyway, it's the Wachita Farms CBG and CBN tincture and capsules. We're seeing CBG is starting to gather in a popularity amongst people for its uses. CBN as well. Um, what we're seeing so far with the research and customer feedback is the CBN is really good for sleep with the CBD. And CBG, I think, just boosts the benefits of CBD as well, in one way or another. And so there you have it. 4 from the store. Now, the one from your store, or for one from my door, as I like to say, you've already seen briefly, is my set of Fremont hemp towels. And I've probably had this set of towels for 15 years. I mean, I'd have to go back and actually see, um, when Fremont Hemp Company actually, if they still exist, I don't think they do, when they went out of business, and it would have been years before that. And so, once again, it's the testament of the longevity of hemp. When you're buying hemp fiber, you're buying the longevity of the hemp. You can factor that in when you see the price, because we know that hemp clothing, hemp fiber stuff is not cheap in the United States. And so, but again, this is an investment I made 15 years ago, and I use these towels on a semi-regular basis. I have a couple other hemp towels that I swap in and out, but I am always using at least one of these big towels in my rotation. And so there you have it, folks. 4 from the store, 1 from my door on the product spotlight here on the High Noon Hemp Show.
Indeed. Of course, brings us to the greatest internet segment ever. People are arguing with me about that. I don't care. You're wrong. I'm right. It's the greatest thing to ever happen on the internet. You think it's a cat playing a piano or something stupid like that? No, that's dumb. Stop being so dumb. It's this.
Stop watching dumb videos.
The beachwear segment. Why is beach a very important question? The beach gives me a very, very important answer. What are you wearing beach?
That's true. If you're just waking up, or perhaps you're, looking for some ideas, on how to dress head to toe from hemp. You're asking yourself, what are you wearing, Beach? Well, today it's just kind of a little mishmashery of things I pulled from the closet. One of my favorite hats to date, playing on certain attitudes. The hat says "Make America Hemp Again." Good old camo. That's Grassroots, California. Um, my shirt is an Oh No T-shirt printed here at Planet Everywhere. It's actually got the Dayton, Kentucky, or get Dayton, Ohio location underneath that leaf there. But I love this. We only put this um, the piece that's on the back on a couple shirts, and I think I took them all home when we did it. They may have gotten out to some of the stores if you're lucky, but I definitely wanted to show that off. I like that. Um, and then my I cargo pants. Originally, I got those at the Hempist online, thehempist.com or hempist.com. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're still out there. Um, but these are really nice cargo pants made by a company. INI is the name of that company. You can look closely. You will see my Green Spring Technologies pen in my pocket, of course. And I've got some Hemptopia briefs with Satori socks and my Saucony running shoes, along with it's part of my line of Sauconys that I have with hemp that are part of their vegan line. Which we love to support, whether we're vegans or not. We love to support the vegan movement. Hemp is great, if not the best plant for vegans. I mean, again, if you're talking clothing, you're talking food, you're talking housing material. I mean, um, there is no better, friendlier plant than hemp to a vegan. So there you have it, folks. If you're asking, what are you wearing, Beach? Now you know, because we've shown you here at the High Noon Hemp Show. And so let's get on. We got again, the news seems to be turning more and more into products, but I did want to mention, because this was brought to my attention by my partner Mary, um, the whole hack on the fuel line thing and all this thing that's going on with whatever's going on with fuel, which I don't really know too much about. I haven't done the research. Um, she reminded me that a solution to that is hemp fuel. And so, if you don't know, hemp has a very high flash point. That's why it's not good for frying foods. You don't want to fry foods in it because it flames um, uh, at a very low temperature. Well, that makes it a great fuel source. Again, I've shown my little lamp, oil burning lamp. Just put the hemp oil right in there, absorbed into the wick, lit it, it burns. Again, rumor is that's what Abraham Lincoln read by in his Kentucky home growing up, was a hemp oil lamp. Um, and so, again, diesel engines. Hemp oil was one of the original fuels for a diesel engine because it was biodiesel. He didn't call it diesel originally. His name was Diesel. He invented a fuel. That fuel was made from organic material, um, grains, hemp seed, hemp oil. Okay, and then the chemical companies realized, oh well, we can make diesel out of oil, and so there goes the whole biodiesel thing. Um, because again, and I'm sure the argument at the time was, well, you might as well grow corn for food product for people because they need that. You might as well grow all these other grains that make fuel. Hemp seed, of course, became illegal to grow in the United States. So that took hemp out of the equation for the original biodiesel, um, as well. Could be a reason why hemp, one of the reasons why hemp was made illegal when it was illegal in 1937 is because it made for a great fuel. It also made for great paper, also made for all these other great products, fiber, the cotton industry, the tree, the timber industry, the petrochemical industries didn't want people, because hemp is so great for all of these things. That's the conspiracy behind the 1937 Marijuana Tax Act, which made all cannabis illegal to grow, hemp included. So it took hemp away from the farmers that were growing for fiber, um, huge amounts of fiber for basically rope, um, and a little bit of probably clothing at the time, but mostly rope, honestly. Either way. We also had synthetic fiber that was invented, ironically, or released to the public in 1937, which lines up there with the fiber part of things. And so there are a lot of industries that to this day are fighting against the legalization and the support of and the growing of industrial hemp because it threatens their very existence. And almost it's a monopolized existence to begin with, for the most part, or at least oligopoly. The cotton industry is controlled by a very small amount of companies. The petrochemical oil is controlled by a very small amount of companies. The timber industry, for that matter, is probably controlled by a very small amount of industries, and they all have something to lose when it comes to hemp being produced. Um, and so, you know, when we're looking for alternatives to petrochemical fuels, which we should be doing every day, now we're using electric more, which is great. I love it. If we're going to stick with a liquid fuel option, then hemp has to be an option there. I mean, there are certain diesel engines right now, to my understanding, that with very little conversion will run on hemp oil. So, why not grow that? So sustainable. Grow it instead of drilling it out of the ground. Again, and I don't understand why the oil companies feel like they can't be farmers. I don't understand why the cotton industry, they're already farming cotton. Why can't they just switch the seed to hemp? Why can't the timber industry? I mean, can you imagine how much easier it would be on the loggers, for that
Yeah.
matter, if they just had to go harvest hemp to make wood out of, or to make paper out of, or whatever? Again, it just seems to be such a no-brainer, um, that it's their fault that all these new companies are popping up, and hopefully we'll, I mean, I can't imagine anybody putting the cotton industry out of business, but man, hemp could do it. Could anybody put the petrochemical companies out of business? Hemp could do it. Same with all timber. Um, some of the construction materials can do all these things, and it's proven to do that. So, every time there's a shortage on something that hemp can replace, we need to be reminded and then start using it to see that it's just better anyway. And these companies need to get up on it. I will have to say that uh, that is my rambling part of the show when it comes to beach thoughts. Usually I put that at the end, but I'm starting the news with it. So let's get on to some of those companies that are in fact listening to me all over the world. This first one, actually, this is a company called Outer Known, and this is called the Match Polo. And again, I was talking about that cost thing. I did send you those pictures over, didn't I? Yeah, okay. This shirt is $64 normally, 50% off right now. And so it's made by a company called Outer Known. It's called the Match Polo. I don't have the website. I just found this before the show, but it is 50% off. I'll try to find that website and put it on the second page of hemptations.com, which is where I tend to put stuff I talk about here. Um, every once in a while, that's going to happen. I don't know if you guys heard that. And so, yeah, get your Match Polo 50% off. It's a great summer. It's a good summer look, right there. I have to agree. I never was really a polo kid, but I do have some hemp polos, and I should wear them more. I don't pop the collars though. Maybe I'm going to bring that back. Got to pop the collar on a polo.
Classy.
Guess I'm old if you don't know what I'm talking about. Here is yet another pick of, again, Levi's is, they're kind of jumping full bang into this whole hemp thing these days. This is part of their Made and Crafted collection. And again, this is Tencel and Thai Fibra, which I assume are eco-friendly, um, uh, synthetic synthetic fibers, and then also hemp and organic cotton. And I just love so much that, if nothing else, Levi's is realizing the better benefits to the planet on organic cotton. Cotton is one of the worst polluters, and they make a lot of their stuff out of cotton. And so, I'd love to see Levi switch over to organic cotton and hemp and everything they do. Um, that would be a much cleaner planet right out of the gate. Levi's could make a huge impact on the planet if they did that. Um, in an article I found on black-owned cosmetic companies, the very first product that they mentioned is called Anasi. It's Anasi Mango Hemp Restorative Hair Mask Deep Conditioner. Should have a pic of that. There it is, folks. And I am seeing more stuff on black-owned hemp companies and getting involved. I love that this is not a CBD product. In all honesty, don't get me wrong, but I just love that this cosmetic company is just using hemp oil because of its benefits, and you know, um, it is so beneficial that every body company, every cosmetic company should think about using it. And so, um, good for them for doing that. Here we go again with another jeans company. It's a company called Cordura. They're making a what they call long-lasting technical textiles. That's what they make. Long-lasting technical textiles. They're working with the Pakistani denim mill Artistic Milliners, who is using 20% French-grown hemp in their products. Um, so I'm not sure how all that's working out. But again, you know, what we're also seeing more recently is the makers of the fabric, huge makers of the fabric, making hemp fabric. And again, that's big to the designers, because if not, they have to custom order. To be able to tell a designer, oh yes, I have these three materials in hemp. I have these five. You can go to Hemp Traders or Enviro Textiles, um, and I have one other uh, fabric company, and they have 30 to 40 different blends. And so that's the middle step too when it comes to big companies or clothing companies buying it, is whether it's available or whether they have to order it. Do I have to order a special blend, or can I just, boom, you're shipping it to me, we're making this stuff, and it's going to the public? And so there's a couple big, huge, internationally known textile companies, um, that are starting to promote their hemp products. And so, again, it's the direction we are trying to go. And then I go to my local Menards. And what do I see on the shelves at my local Menards? But Hemp Nation, made by Australia Gold. And so, it's a moisturizing tan extender. And of course, I've known that Australian Gold, has been putting hemp in their products, bronzers, tanning oils. I would venture to say 10, 15 years. I mean, it's been a while, since I, knew that they had some lines of stuff. And again, at $22, this is a bargain, because the Australian Gold stuff, when you go to like a tanning salon, or if you go to like your salonist and they have that on the shelves for you, it was expensive, 30, $40 a bottle. Um, and so, this looks more like a lotion than an oil, which I think is kind of fun as well. But it looks like somebody used quite a bit of the one on the left. I didn't see sample on anywhere. It's obviously the most popular scent, because they also is almost sold out of it. I wouldn't buy that bottle. But anyway, and I think that maybe the front ones are supposed to be samples because it does look like they're up, but they haven't used them. I don't, people do that too, which aggravates the hell out of me. They'll if a sample bottle isn't really a sample bottle, they'll just open it up and then all of a sudden we have to make it a sample bottle. But I get it. People want to smell that stuff before they decide to take it home, so I can kind of understand that. But anyway, get your local Menards. There you have your good old Hemp Nation by Australia Gold. Pick that up. So you take care of your skin with hemp oil. Yes, hemp oil. It's everywhere and it's not going away. It's not a fad. It's what we need. It's true. Um, it's an interesting. There's a company called Puration who owns a license on a U.S. patented cannabis extraction, and it's a process that's supposedly backed by extensive university medical research, and we're seeing that these days with patent protected extraction techniques. That is something that has been in the cannabis world for a while, and it's interesting now because now it's being legitimized everywhere with CBD as opposed to THC, and so we're seeing a lot of patented extraction techniques as people are jumping to the machinery that did or didn't exist, and they tweak this, tweak that. But anyway, um, now they're controlling the source, which is unfortunate in a way, because if you want and I think this company's techniques because they're going to release a liquid sugar CBD. They're also going to, and of course, infused. This is why I think I know what it is. It's infused liquid, so they're going to infuse pet supplements, and then they're also going to come out with a sexual wellness flavored lubricant. So I think what their patent is making it more on a water soluble, what they call nano whatever, and so they're to make it less like an oil because um, most of THC CBD oil it's more of a fatty oil. So if you take CBD oil, which I used to do, and you still can drink it, and you drop it into your drink, you can see it on top. It doesn't mix in. That's where you need something that's water soluble, and that's why the hemp protein powder has always been people's main concern about hemp protein powder is you can't break it down into such a fine ingredient that it still feels gritty. Now they're doing that now with 70%, 80% powder, um, but it's just very difficult to get to that consistency of those powders where it's not, you can't taste, not it's not a taste thing, it's a uh, feel thing more than anything. It's kind of like the hemp pasta. Most hemp pasta that I've had, it's not smooth when you eat it. It's kind of, you can, it's a little crunchy. Not, I don't want to say crunchy. It just has, I don't know. It's hard to explain unless you've actually had it, and that's again because it's hard to break that because it's a fatty um, oil or fiber material. It's hard to break it down into that really fine powder. It's hard to break it down into that really fine liquid that makes it blend evenly, so to speak. Uh, that technology is out there, and we are seeing some of that stuff. Um, and so, that's one of the processing aspects of CBD right now that people are really diving into and trying to figure out is that water soluble aspect of it. And so, you know, um, don't know why it's taking me so long. I can't believe it. Leave the TV on. I got everything on in the background. Like it's just an average day in the office for me. It's an average Wednesday afternoon. Thanks, folks, for watching the High Noon Hemp Show. I must be feeling really relaxed today. Let's see. I think I got one more piece of news here. Of course, another article on titled 5 Vegan Sources of Omega-3. Improve your health, boost your mood, um, and more. Number 5, hemp seeds. Of course, it said in the article 3 tablespoons contain more than double your daily omega-3 needs. And also in the article, it talks about a 2014 study that found hemp seed nourishes the skin and protects from inflammation and the signs of aging. Something I've always said as well. That's why I really think the happiness cream that we sell with the CBD in it is probably a really good facial cream. If you're worried about the wrinkles and the looking older, I can't say that I use it on a regular basis. Most people think I'm younger looking than I am, even though my beard is gray and has been for 10 years, I feel. I don't know how that works because I feel like people see me. And I always have a hat, so I'm always covered in my hair, which is not gray at all. Getting just little bits of streak in it, still just fine. Um, but I feel like the first impression is it must be kind of old. He's got a gray beard. But anyway, it's good stuff. I give hemp all the credit in the world. That's for sure, because I use it when I feel like I need it. My skin stays pretty moisturized. I tend to stay hydrated. I try not to dehydrate myself. I pay attention to that. I know when I'm dehydrated and when I need more liquid. Uh, and so that's the key also to good skin is staying hydrated, just so you know. Hemp and hydration. Hemp and hydration. That's
Right.
good. That's good. Remember that, folks. Always. It's like a daily mantra. Hemp and hydration. All right, we got a little bit of events going on, not too much actually. Like I mentioned earlier, the 19th and 20th of May, you've got the Ohio and Kentucky Cannabis and Hemp Expo, Duke Energy Convention Center right here in Cincinnati. If you're coming in for that, go visit one of the stores and check out the cannabis and hemp in Cincinnati because we have more of it than anyone. I guarantee you that. June 1, you got the National Cannabis Festival at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. June 1st, that is coming up real soon. National Cannabis Festival at the RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. June 5th, Hempadelphia Expo, the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks, Pennsylvania. And it says from hemp clothing, hemp jewelry, CBD, and medical marijuana. And so that sounds like a good actual hemp event as well. Then at the end of the month in June, 25th and the 27th, you've got the Pennsylvania Hemp Festival in Honesdale, Pennsylvania. And you also have the Southern Atlantic Hemp and Arts Expo in Fletcher, North Carolina. And then July 17th through the 23rd, we will be celebrating Hemp Week. And so that will definitely be a special episode of the High Noon Hemp Show, purely dedicated to hemp. Oh, wait. We already do that. We already do that, don't we?
Every week is Hemp Week.
So I guess it's just going to be another High Noon Hemp Show, folks. Hemp Week or not. Thanks, everybody, for viewing. I think my iPad, I had 0 issues using my iPad. And so we may just be converting over to that. I didn't get to watch the show. Maybe I'll have to try to watch it on my laptop and broadcast from my iPad. So I hope everybody got to see it no matter where they were, because I was not on YouTube. If you don't know, you can join the Jedi Hemp channel on YouTube and watch today's episode, and all prior episodes are there for your viewing pleasure. And of course, if you want to check out that podcast. You don't want to look at me. I feel like I'm a little clearer. I feel like this camera's a little clearer. I don't know if that's true. Brand new laptop. I doubt it. But if you don't want to look at us, he's over there. There he is. You can do the podcast. I think it's at iHeart and Podbean and probably other various possible pod places. I don't know.
Google Play.
Google Play. There we go. That's important. Google's big. I love Google, just so you know. And there you have it, folks. Thanks again. You can go to hemptations.com. All the stuff that reflects what we do here at Hemptations on the first page. On the second page, you will find websites of companies that sell hemp products. You will find the events that I talk about, and probably need to update it, with that information to refresh your memory. And of course, there's a link there to shop online for what products we do have over at Planet Everywhere. Thanks, everybody. Remember, reduce, reuse, recycle. Make everything else out of hemp. Having Hemptations.
See you all next week.